and want to be taken to New York City. And unfortunately, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed got his wish that day, because Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is going to be brought to New York now under the president's new guidelines. I think, getting to the bigger picture of all this, we are not, as we've taken out the act, war on terror, out of the vernacular, we are moving back to this Clinton era where these terrorists are treated not as enemies of war, but as criminal defendants. We are in a war, like it or not. We are in a war. We need to treat these people who mean to do us harm as enemies of war. The military tribunals are the best way to prosecute. We bring Mr. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed into the United States, to the very city where 3,000 people were killed at his hands. I was a federal prosecutor. The Southern District of New York is one of the finest U.S. attorney's offices, probably best equipped to handle that prosecution, but the federal rules of evidence are very different from the military tribunals. It's going to withhold evidence from trial. It will not protect classified information. It will turn to a showcase. And as in the case of mccaul, whose computer records were ruled inadmissible, he got life imprisonment. Ramzi Youssef, the perpetrator of the '93 World Trade Center, got life imprisonment. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed deserves the death penalty. It was an act of war. Now, I don't know if the administration is saying that, basically saying that the war on terror is over. It's over. So let's just go ahead and bring these people in and treat them like criminal defendants. But I think they are making a serious mistake, not only in compromising the prosecutions of these terrorists, but bringing them into a city that has been a target for quite some time. It's only going to heighten the state of alertness in New York City and become a mecca for jihadists around the world to come to New York to see the spectacle of a show trial. They ought to be tried in Guantanamo. Guantanamo never should have been closed, or the order should never have been sent out to close it. And a military tribunal is best equipped to prosecute these individuals. Just let me say, I don't know if the gentleman from Indiana has any more remarks, but in closing, we've been dealing with the health care legislation, very important for the nation, but we were struck by a heavy blow last week, November the 5th, at Fort Hood. Never expected it to be one of our own. Never expected an act of treason on that level, killing 13 soldiers and wounding 30 others, firing off 100 rounds, yelling out Allah Akbar, talking to known al-Qaeda operatives in Yemen and possibly Pakistan. There are too many questions in this case, too many red flags, and the American people deserve the answer. And we in the Congress, I know my good friend from Indiana stands with me, we're not going to sit back and follow the orders of this president to stand down and not exercise our constitutional responsibility. There is a separation of branches of government under the Constitution for a good reason, so that the executive branch can't sweep things under the rug, so that the American people, through their representatives, can find out what really happened. The American people deserve the truth in this case. They deserve hearings, a full investigation, and the truth to come out. I commend our great fighting men and women. I've had so many constituents who have gone through Fort Hood on their mission to Iraq and Afghanistan. They are serving very bravely and nobly in a very, very important struggle between radical Islam and freedom, between the jihadists and democracy. We will eventually win that struggle. We will eventually win that struggle. And we pray for the victims' families. And we pray that God holds their loved ones in the palms of his hands. And with that, Madam Speaker, I yield back.